Hey Lana, thank you for joining me for this call where we're going to chat a bit about the upcoming birth first aid course. Thank you for joining me for that. I really appreciate you coming on board with holding space for me with that, and just bringing your experience. It's an online course happening for the month of September as well as the first week of October. The dates are the 6th, the 13th, the 20th, and the 27th of September, as well as the 6th of October. They're all Wednesdays.
We've set aside 3 hours for each session.
Yeah, exactly. Each session is 3 hours long. And it's a birth first aid course because the reason I've called it birth first aid is because it's not a birth emergency course. It's not there to really teach us like the algorithms of birth emergencies. It's more actually looking at how do we make birth safe and create an environment so that we can prevent a lot of the things that actually, that we know of tend to go wrong at births are often created by the interventions that are taking place anyway. So how do we prevent that from happening? How do we create an environment that can prevent babies from struggling to breathe at birth? How can we prevent mothers from bleeding after birth? How can we prevent shoulder dystocia? How can we prevent these situations? And then we will be looking at, if they do unfold, skills and tricks and herbs and homeopathy and things that we can do. But again, not coming from a medical perspective. We're not going to be working with tubes and all sorts of things. It's really, if you're the person there who's present, what can you do if a baby is needing support or a mother is needing support after the birth?
And it sounds very much like this is, because often the question is, well, I'm, a doula or a non-medical support. Surely, that's not the role that I want to step into. But the thing is, if you're attending births, the occasion will arise that a situation that needs resolving does unfold. And there's nothing worse than being there and feeling helpless or not being able to assist those providing that medical care. So it really is, I feel, very valuable for anyone attending a birth, whether you're attending a family member or friend or you're a professional doula, and even for people, I think, who have trained in medical institutions, where it is a very adrenalized way of practicing. And it's, this teaching is really much, how do I hold space for myself and keeping calm? Because at the end of the day, you still want to, having a good outcome relies on your being able to sort of be calm and cool and collected and follow through with the steps that need to be done.
Yeah, exactly. This is really for everybody who's attending births in whatever capacity, actually, whether it's at home or even in hospital, because, as you say, doulas are not meant to be doing anything medical. And as I said, this is not actually a medical course. What this is if you are, well, a good example, I think, is that if you are taking care of children, and if a child chokes, it's a good idea to know what to do if that child is choking. And if you are attending births on a regular basis, which doulas are, and doulas are often the first person actually present with a laboring woman. And sometimes births happen before the midwife gets there if it's a home birth. Sometimes births happen before you get to the hospital if you're having a hospital birth. And then it's a good idea for the doula to just have actually an embodied practice a little bit of actually, keeping calm and knowing what to do to prevent, some of the things that can happen if we're panicking, but also to know what to do if something isn't quite right, or to recognize it if it's not quite right. It's a very gentle, very interactive, it's very diverse. We usually have people joining us from all around the world, from very experienced midwives and birth keepers to like people that are very new to it all. We also have people joining us who are planning free births or planning to birth at home and just want to be a bit more prepared, or to kind of quell any worries or concerns they have around possibly birthing on their own. Or so it's a very gentle approach that we take to it all. It's not unrealistic though. So we do talk about things that may happen. We speak about experiences. We get to learn from each other, and so basically it's a month of it's 5 weeks of being together weekly. Every call is recorded, so if you're not able to make a call live, you can catch up with it. It's available for a month after the course ends. So if you need to go back and take notes, you can do that. There is a Google folder with resources, videos, talks, write-ups and demonstrations that you can access that you'll have lifelong access to that. And then we also create a little Telegram community for the time that we are together for the course, so that you can share resources, you can catch up on things, you can ask questions. And so it's very interactive. And and one exciting thing is that Joy Horner is going to be joining us. She's a deregistered midwife who has a lot of experience with breech, and she'll be joining us around surprise breech, which I'm very excited about as well. And
so Ruth, could you then maybe just share what it all covers? You've mentioned breech and surprise breech. What other topics are covered?
We'll be looking at initially, like really, like I said, guarding the space, making it safe, really looking at how meeting the basic needs of the laboring woman and the newborn is a crucial preventative measure for a lot of the issues that we call emergencies at birth. So it's like we just hammer that in and we embody that, and we practice that with every single session. But we look at babies that are struggling to breathe at birth. We look at mothers that lose more blood than they should after birth. And we'll, dissect all of that as well, and what that looks like. We'll be looking at shoulder dystocia. We'll be looking at issues around the cord. We'll be looking at surprise breech. That's what Joy is joining us for. And any other issues that people bring as well. So it's also, what you want to learn about. Actually, like the course has grown. That's why it's become from 4 weeks to 5 weeks, because people have brought things that, we couldn't squash into the 4. So we've had to make it slightly bigger. So if there's an issue that you want to bring, please, you're very welcome. We can explore that. And all the information is on truemidwifery.com and on my Instagram link in bio. You can sign up. And I hope that you will join us.
Yeah, we really look forward to it. I quite enjoy the bigger community. Although people are coming in as students, they have so much to teach us. And as you say, that's why the course is expanded, because people bring these amazing gems that aren't quite in the textbooks. And it's wonderful to be able to access these wisdoms that are out there. So thank you for creating a space for people to share.